happened on this show. Thank you all for watching the live stream, and I'll see you all in the review stream. Joyous viewing. We should be live over here with the Money in the Bank review. Hey, Bork. Hey, Natman. First official business of the evening. Thank you, KK and Bork. You were good champions. But your new predictions champion, Ronnie Hood. Happened with what, Austin? So yeah, congratulations, Ronnie. Ronnie did not get a single prediction wrong today. He got a complete, full, clean sweep. So if anybody has earned his championship, it is Ronnie. I will have to give him all the credit in the world. He was very good at predictions today. We give credit where credit is due. So everyone, are you ready to talk about Money in the Bank? Hey, Andy. Well, anyway, just before we get into the actual nitty-gritty of the matches, I will have to say that was a really good pay-per-view. Don't think we needed the 2-hour pre-show. That was completely pointless in my opinion. But the actual show from start to finish was quality. Absolute quality of a pay-per-view. I don't think there was a dull match on that entire card. What does everyone think of the overall pay-per-view before we get into like the nitty-gritty of each match? Yeah, you give pay-per-view a 7 out of 10. Fair, I'd give it an 8. Very solid pay-per-view in my opinion. Did a lot of stuff right tonight, which we will fully get into in a moment. So I'll give it an 8. But yeah, let's get into... We'll do match order, I think, just to make it concise as possible. Let me make sure that we can do that. Our first match on the pay-per-view was indeed the men's Money in the Bank. This had some phenomenal spots. I will have to say the two standout men in this match, for me, who delivered the most in this match is Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Both of those people were phenomenal. We'll have to give my props also to LA Knight and Gable. The person who did the least work in the match, in my opinion, was Drew McIntyre. Like, seriously, what did McIntyre actually do in the match? Yeah, that's about it. He won. If you're listening to them, he won. But most of the big decent spots had nothing to do with McIntyre. Oh yeah, he javelined a ladder into Jey Uso. Like, he really didn't do anything in the match. Like, I swear he barely was involved in anything. Pretty much just sat on the sidelines and won. But yeah, that was, in my opinion, a solid opening match. Some great spots, especially the powerbomb onto the ladder with Gable and Andrade, my personal favourite spot of the entire night. Yeah, that was it. Like, that was about McIntyre's contribution to the whole match. He really didn't contribute much, sadly. So yeah, it was a solid opening match. I'd give it a decent 4.5. Like, as Money in the Bank matches go, it was very, very good. A very, very good Money in the Bank match. Shame about the winner. I personally would have liked to have seen Jey Uso won it. But we will get more into that when we start getting to the cash-in a couple of matches' time. Because I have mixed feelings regarding the cash-in and Drew McIntyre winning. But overall, solid, decent match. Money in the Bank matches are normally good, and this was a very fine example of what a Money in the Bank match should be. Not too long, not overly complicated, just from really decent spots. Winner, job done. Like, they didn't overly complicate this match. They gave us some good spots. Anyone else has any more thoughts on the Money in the Bank ladder match? Jey should have won. Yeah, I do agree with you on there. It did, but it was definitely the best spot of the night for that match anyway. That man, have you got any contributions? Anybody else in the chat about the men's Money in the Bank match? Like I said, I give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. There wasn't much I could find wrong with the match. Four out of 5. Okay, yeah, that's respectable. Bulk, you have a rating for the match? Anybody else want to contribute before we move on to our Intercontinental Championship match? Four out of 5. Yeah, that's a fair rating. Okay, our next match was Braun Breaker taking on Sami Zayn. I'm aware this match is controversial to a lot of people. A lot of people believe that Braun Breaker should have picked up the victory in this match. I disagree. Sami Zayn has beaten Gunther. Sami Zayn has beaten many decent opponents. Sami Zayn may be small, but he has proven that he is one of the best on the main roster. Like, Sami Zayn proves that he belongs. Braun Breaker will bounce back from this. It isn't the end of Braun Breaker in any way, shape, or form. I do love one of the spots where Sami Zayn moved out of the way and Breaker nearly went into the steps and stopped himself. As the commentary pointed out, he was learning from Raw, the previous Raw. That was a nice little bit of character for Breaker there, where he learned from a previous mistake. So overall, it was a really good match. Both Breaker and Sammy, it was a very decent Intercontinental title match, with, in my opinion, the correct winner. Breaker is a good athlete. I love Breaker, but Sami Zayn's title reign needs to continue. Breaker was not the correct time. Oh yeah, it will definitely get it down the road, but it was not the right time to take it off Breaker. Three out of five. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. 3 out of 5. It was a good match, but there wasn't anything that made it over the top decent. It was a hard hitting brawl between a quick, high flying, proper man of the people, big heart person versus the big monster. Like, it was what it was, and it did very well for what it was. Like, it was a very good match. There's not much more you could have done to make that better. Breaker's good, but he definitely was not enough for Sami Zayn. Yeah, solid match. Drew was about to get suspended. What for? What did he do? Ooh, yeah, he's definitely going to get suspended on Raw. Yeah, moving on to our next match. Surprised me that this went in the middle of the card. Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. First off, we need to address the botch. Like, I don't know if it was McIntyre's music was played late or Damian was meant to kick out and just couldn't. I don't know what happened, but that pin was meant to be stopped by something, and it wasn't. The referee had to stop counting when it should have been a 3 because there was the botch. It's clear as day that ref stopped the count despite the fact Damian did not kick out. Ooh, that's going to be interesting to see how Raw develops. Botch aside, the actual Damian Seth match before it got interrupted by McIntyre was actually pretty decent. I was enjoying it. But then the cash-in happened. The cash-in was nice. Back in a few. Okay. Yeah. The cash-in was really good in my opinion. I still think it was a waste of giving him the briefcase, but the best way to continue this feud with Punk, this was the perfect way of doing it. You need to get some water real quick. Okay, sound. Like, you managed to annoy Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre in storyline by making this cash-in happen and fail. Like, it's storyline-wise phenomenal. Like, as much as it would have been nice for Uso to get the briefcase, in all honesty, Gunther's winning the belt at SummerSlam. Cody's not dropping the belt anytime soon. So the Money in the Bank was going to be wasted regardless of who won it. Hey Kev, I don't think Joe Hendry's going to appear on my stream, dude. So yeah, I think it was definitely a good way to continue the storyline by annoying McIntyre and proving like he's a dumb shit. Like he made a rash decision to cash in at a completely wrong time, and it cost him. Like why you would Why would you do it in the middle of the match? Like, why would you legit do it in the middle of the match, making it a triple threat? Meaning that if Punk attacked you, it's now legal. He did. Because he made it a triple threat match, making it a no DQ match. Like, you would have thought before McIntyre cashed in, maybe, beat them up a little bit. I think I'm talking to myself. No, Book's here. This is also kind of me getting my thoughts out there, Kev, as well. You're more than welcome to join the conversation, but this is me kind of giving my overall thoughts as well. This is a review, but done live for people to join. If not, people can watch afterwards and see my points. It's just a little content I'm trying out, Kev, seeing how it works and the views go for it, kind of thing. But yeah, my point. So yeah, McIntyre didn't even attack them before cashing in. I get that may have made a DQ, but that's why you should have let the match end first. If you'd let the match end, you could have attacked Damian Priest and then cashed in on him. But no, you cashed in the middle of the match, causing this entire situation to happen. So McIntyre caused it himself with his very poor planning. But overall, I would have to give the match, including the cash-in and the shenanigans, 3.5. The cash-in really bumped it up. It was an alright match, but the cash-in was definitely the majority of what made that match good, in my opinion. Well, you're going 3.5 as well. Bulk, you got a rating for it? Also, why am I still wearing socks? Oh, Lord. Oh, 4 out of 5. Fairs. I respect it. Anyone have any final thoughts on the cash-in / Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank cash-in / World Title match? Ah, damn, Kev. Hopefully you can find another game to play there, dude. Also, I'm just gonna whack this fan on because it's getting a bit warm in here today. No. You do not swing. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, Beyond. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, we can drop that down a while. I just need a tiny bit of that. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for the overall show. Would be interesting if they did, Kev. Anyway, our penultimate match of the what's up, Buck? Of the night was the women's Money in the Bank match. Oh. But he said he's retiring, or... Okay, I'm glad he clarified that. Oh yeah, he said it will be his last Mania. Which means, yeah, if he's retiring by the end of the year, that is a correct statement. I'm aware of Metallica as. Weird that they're on Fortnite. Hello. Yeah, got a very an influential rock band. Into the Sandman, anyone? So yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, we should talk about that before we get to women's Money in the Bank match. Actually, John Cena on the show came out and announced that 2025 will be his final year in wrestling. He confirmed at least 4 dates he will be on shows. Raw. He confirmed he'll be on January the 1st, Raw on Netflix. He confirmed he will be at the Royal Rumble. He will be at the Elimination Chamber, and he will be at WrestleMania. They are 4 dates John Cena confirmed he will definitely be at. In what capacity, we are not sure. Yeah, he is. I get it's about time to step away from the ring. So yeah, John Cena's retiring in 2025. My main question is, well, would John Cena have been the only wrestler to ever wrestle once a year minimum in their entire career? Because I don't think many people have gone every year without. Because I know people like big. No, he took time off from injuries and stuff. Plus, he hasn't wrestled. Yeah, I'd have to look into it. But didn't Roman take time off for something potentially? Yeah. So yeah. I mean, there's no point reflecting on John Cena's career in this stream because he's not retiring yet. Like, I will have a lot more to say on John Cena's retirement when we actually get to the point where it's relevant. But that's just the big news coming. One of the big news is coming out of this pay-per-view is John Cena has announced he's retiring next year. Thankfully, Borg mentioning Cena saying Mania isn't his last match definitely reminded me that we needed to talk about Cena. I will give the John Cena segment a solid 9 out of 10. Like, Cena's entertaining no matter what he does. He got everyone riled up. He got everyone talking. Like, it was a solid segment from Cena. Can't really argue it was a good. It was a segment. It was good. But yeah, we're on our penultimate match after the Cena. If anyone else has any more comments about Cena, not really much to say. Sin Cara is called Mystico and he's in AEW. Yeah, he was released after an altercation on a bus during a European tour. Yeah, what a career. What a career for John Cena. But we'll have a lot more to go into John Cena within the coming months when we're actually getting closer and closer to his retirement. But yeah, as I said, penultimate match, the women's Money in the Bank match. This was a good match. In my opinion, the standout wrestler in this entire match is Chelsea Green. That woman went off the top of a ladder through 2 tables. Chelsea earned my respect from that spot alone tonight. Like, absolutely earned my respect from that spot. Chelsea may be a slightly annoying character, but my God, that was a good spot. IYO, I like IYO, but why she did the powerbomb onto the ladder spot the same as Andrade, basically. I'm glad she did that, man. Yeah, IYO basically did the same spot Andrade did later in the night. Like, I don't mind you doing similar spots, but she basically did a flip powerbomb onto the bloody ladder. Like, it was kind of similar to what Andrade did, which really stood out for me in the match. I mean, I'm also not happy about the winner in any way, shape, or form. Like, Tiffany Stratton, really? Really? Of all of the women in that match, you pick Tiffany Stratton. She is not going to shut up about it now. I can make the briefcase red if you want, Book, by repeatedly hitting her in the forehead with it and busting her open. It's when she went up to Stratus and went, "Stratty time is over." I just cringed so hard. Stratty time is over. Tiffy time is now. Shut up. I swear to God, you sound like a 4-year-old. Like, she's a good athlete. I give her that. But her voice and anything that comes out of her mouth just royally rubs me the wrong way. I cannot deny she's a good athlete, because she is. Tiffany Stratton is a good wrestler, for the most part. But my God, she just needs to shut up. But yeah, this Money in the Bank was definitely not as good as the men's. I'll give it a 3. It was a good Money in the Bank, but nothing overly apart from the Chelsea spot really stood out to me. Yeah, we're all agreement on 3. And now it is time to discuss the main event. The Bloodline versus Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes. Yeah. I will have to say, Jacob Fatu, phenomenal in this match. Especially that no-selling the DDT from Randy Orton. Like, Randy hitting it, thinking he's got it, turning around, one hit to the mat, and just realizing, oh shit, he's standing up. Shit. Was brilliant. Honestly, like, that was one of the best things I've seen tonight. Just the whole realizing on Randy that, oh, he's not getting RKO'd right now, is he? I will be doing one for Heatwave, yes. I'm thinking of doing it just for pay-per-views. Depending on how late they end. If WWE's going to do this whole 12 o'clock start for me, I don't mind doing a review afterwards. Because the shows don't end too late. Plus, it's much better than a 3-minute summary. We can get like a half-hour conversation, see what we thought of it. I do like sitting here and discussing it a little bit. It is nice. Uh, the splash through the table from Kevin onto Jacob was really nice. Um, I do love how Tonga botched the low blow to Kevin Owens. To was it? No, it was. Yeah, it was to Kevin Owens. Tried to low blow them. He moved. He missed, so he had to do it again. That was priceless. Oh yeah, he did, and then he got a Samoan dropped afterwards. Like that was really good. Overall, this match was just what it needed to be. Yeah, that spot was nasty. But yeah, overall, it did what it needed to do. Neither team actually looked weak from this match. Both teams looked good. The Bloodline got the victory, which is what needed to happen. But Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes didn't look weak losing that match. Yeah, Cody got pinned, definitely setting up for Solo taking on Cody, potentially SummerSlam. So yeah, Solo's definitely going to get a world title match sooner rather than later. And the fact he's just trying to rub it into Roman's face, saying that Roman couldn't get the job done, I'm going to bring the title back, is just setting up perfectly for Roman to come back. They are just building this Bloodline storyline really, really good. Yeah, I think he will. But yeah, if I had to give the match a rating, I'd give it a 3.75. Pretty decent match. Did what it needed to do. Good action, good spots, right winners. Pretty decent way to end the pay per view. 4, that's respectable. But yeah, that was a very good pay per view. I'm still going to go out on a limb and saying we don't need a 2-hour pre-show. I think they're building up to that. Bork, I definitely think they're building up to that. Randy's got to turn on Cody some point. But yeah, 2-hour pre-shows are completely pointless. Because it just showed a load of random video footage I don't want to watch. Like, we don't need you to show me videos I could go and find on my own. Like, just give me an hour, throw one match or two on there, and just be done with it. Heck, you could have even just thrown a, like, Judgment Day could have had a tag team match on the pre-show. Could have at least done something on the show. So yeah, they definitely need to start looking at maybe pre-show matches, in my opinion. But that is definitely not my decision. That is a Triple H decision. Yeah, definitely decent show. Oh, before I forget, I'm going to put this chocolate in the fridge because it's meant to be hot tomorrow. Don't keep your chocolate don't keep your chocolate in the heat, people, or it will melt. I'm actually going to close the blind as well before I go to bed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to NXT. There's some solid matches, so we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll do that just to get the heat out tomorrow. NXT always has a chance to outshine main roster, so we'll have to wait and see what they do. I'm going to quickly delete that picture. So yeah, overall good show. Going to be very interested to see the aftermath, especially with McIntyre on Raw. That's the biggest thing I think we're going to have to see what happens storyline-wise, is what McIntyre says on Raw this week. Anyone got any more final thoughts before we head off? Well, if you got anything else before we... Jey should have won. Yeah, I agree. But I think what they did will benefit the storyline going on with McIntyre and Punk. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow with NXT Heatwave. I believe the pre-show begins at 6 p.m. Eastern. Let me just double check that. Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be live around 5:30 Eastern. No, the NXT one's just an hour. NXT is also looks like they're going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. And NXT's got a match on it as well. Our pre-show for NXT, and there's a match on it. So overall, I think NXT is going to win on the pre-show front. Ariana Grace and what was her name? Ariana Grace and Carmen Petrovic versus JC Jane and Jasmine. Yeah, that's our pre-show match. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Honestly, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed any of this content for Money in the Bank, share it around. Let people know. Pay-per-views going forward will have a prediction stream, a live stream of the event, and a review afterwards. So 3 streams per event. So yeah, if you do enjoy this content, please let people know if you think they're going to enjoy it. But anyway, I'm going to go get some sleep, and I'll see you for NXT Heatwave. Till tomorrow. Joyous